Hi, this is Ellen from Cambridge Immigration Law. Should you get a fiancé visa or spouse visa? If you're a U.S. citizen living outside the United States, or you are in the United States but your fiancé lives outside the United States, you want to know what's the fastest way to get your fiancé to the United States. Is it with a fiancé visa or with a spouse visa? Well, the answer is we don't really know. The fiancé visa process should be faster than the spouse visa because it has 2 steps instead of 3 outside the United States. But if your case slows down for any reason and you happen to have a spouse case that goes really fast, this fiancé visa is not necessarily faster. I would say for both types of cases, you should plan on about 18 months to 2 years for your case to be approved. Now, we are seeing some spouse visas going much longer than that on the I-130 stage, but I think that those processing times are coming down. We've seen some increase in processing for I-130s for spouses. So one big question people ask is, which one's going to be faster? So that's my answer. I don't know. The other big question people ask is, which one should I do if I can't go see my spouse and get married? Well, then obviously you should do the fiancé visa. The fiancé visa is the option, the only option for people who cannot go marry their spouses because they're not allowed into that country, they can't meet somewhere else, or maybe they just don't have the money or time to go get married outside the United States. So for those folks, it's a fiancé visa. My preference always is a spouse visa, and the reason why is when a spouse enters the United States with an immigrant visa, he or she enters the United States, steps foot, and becomes a lawful permanent resident that moment. That person can live lawfully in the United States, doesn't have to file an application, can work, can travel outside the United States, and will get a green card in the mail in a few weeks. So that is a really big advantage over the fiancé visa, where the fiancé enters the U.S., has to get married before 90 days, so there's some work you have to do right away, and file the green card application right away. Then you have to wait for the green card application to be processed, which could be a year or more. So you might be a fiancé, come in on a fiancé visa, get married, and then you can't work in the United States. You might not be able to travel outside the United States for up to a year while you're waiting for your green card. So that's why I like the spouse visa. But it may not be the right one for you, especially if you can't go get married outside the United States.